Well, another beautiful, quiet, misty morning at Campobello. This is going to be our last full day on the island. Today, we're going to explore the southern end of Campobello Island. First stop today is all the way down to the southern tip at Liberty Point. Now, to get there, we'll need to travel down the Glen Severin Road and Liberty Point Road. They are all well-kept gravel and dirt roads, somewhat narrow however, but they are an absolute treat and a joy to ride on. There is a speed limit here on these roads. It's only 25 kilometers an hour, but the purpose of coming to Campobello isn't about aggressive trail riding. It's about taking your time and enjoying the sights, the sounds, and the smell of this beautiful little island. And the good thing is, what we're looking at here is there's a couple of sails out there by Sugarloaf Rock. Man, I've got to say, this is probably the clearest day that I've ever been here. You can clearly see Grand Manan, and even the wolves are visible. Now, the wolves are a series of small, uninhabited, rocky islands. A Native American legend tells of the wolves chasing a deer and a moose. Seeing that the deer and the moose were tiring, the great chief Glooskap changed the animals into islands, with the Wolf Islands being doomed to remain outcasts offshore in the Bay of Fundy. Deer Island, New Brunswick, and Moose Island, part of Eastport, Maine, were now safe and protected in the waters of Passamaquoddy Bay. I've always wanted to hike out to Sunsweep, but we never had the time. So this time we're going to do it. Back in my military days, I was not known for speed. Slow and steady was always my motto. However, most commanders will recognize slow and steady is a great pack mule, which is what I became. There is an eagle here somewhere. I can hear him. They're such majestic creatures, aren't they? That point is where we came from. If you come to Campobello, this view is worth the walk. Do it. Slow and steady as she goes, we make it back to the bikes, get changed out of our hiking gear, and head for our lunch location at Raccoon Beach. Oh, wow, something pretty out here. Kind of funny and ironic at the same time. Our lunch location at Raccoon Beach, if you look out there, that's called Dinner Cove. Packed up and ready to go. We've got to travel up Fox Hill Drive to get to Mullholland Lighthouse. I've done this quite a few times, but it never gets old and I always love it. Fox Hill Drive again has a speed limit of only 25 kilometers an hour, but really, who cares? It's all about the beautiful scenery here. Isn't it lovely? And it's perfect for big adventure bikes touring. Mullholland Lighthouse was built in 1883, and about that same time, Campobello was becoming a popular colony for wealthy Canadians and Americans alike. Amongst these was James Roosevelt Sr., whose wife Sarah Delano had a number of cousins living in Maine. The Roosevelt family made Campobello Island their summer home starting in 1883, and it was there that their son Delano Roosevelt, who became the 32nd President of the United States, spent most of his summers. In all of its years of service, Mullholland Lighthouse only had 3 keepers: Malachi Parker from 1885 to 1901, Alvin Parker from 1901 to 1925, and A.F. Newman from 1926 to 1963. Quite a large day, wasn't it? Our last stop today is for supper at the porch, but before we go in for it to eat, I've got just enough battery left for the drone to get a closer look at Friars Bay. Obviously this is some sort of a fish farm, but I don't know what exactly they're farming here. But whatever it is, they are good size because you can actually see them jumping. Next time I come back, I'm going to have to make sure to ask what exactly that they are farming out there. One more quick pit stop for some supplies at the grocery store. Then back to Herring Cove and good old Site 76. Right on my rock. After a nice hot shower to loosen up the bones of an old man, we take our last evening stroll on the beach by Lake Glen Severin. Some s'mores, a nice hot cup of tea beside the campfire before a well-earned rest for the night. Join us next time as we make our way towards home as our journey continues. Take care.